Hello and welcome to CV Magazine. We are here at FADA 6th Auto Retail Conclave in discussion with Mr. C.S. Vigneshwar, President of FADA. So first of all, congratulations to you, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, I would like to know, as you join as a President of FADA, what is your vision in your term?
Well, there are a few priority points in the next couple of years. Of course, 2 years is a period long enough that challenges would be appearing and we probably need to prioritize those challenges as we go along. A few things which we are probably concentrating right now would be the model dealer agreement. We find that not all dealership agreements which the dealer has along with the OEMs are fair and balanced. So we have actually gone through nearly 200 agreements over a dozen countries throughout the world of various manufacturers and compared it how their agreements are there in India. We found some areas where there could be more balance in it. So therefore, we are recommending manufacturer by manufacturer. We are taking this agreement to them and saying that there are these 5-6 points which we'd like you to think about and come on board. Another thing which we're also looking at is the Retail Protection Act. Here we found manufacturers in the past who have shut shop and gone away from India, whilst a lot of their cars or trucks or bikes are with customers, and dealerships have put up infrastructure with crores of rupees, keeping that in mind and listening to them. So we need to make sure that such haphazard exits are prevented, and in case that happens, there are safeguards for dealerships. Another point or priority which is very close to my heart is the concept of the environment. The ecology and economy needs to be balanced out, not only as a nation but also as an individual business owner. Here as a dealer, we want to make sure that our dealerships are becoming greener in terms of how they operate, by using solar power, by using water recycling and so on. We'd also like to concentrate on training, which we've been doing increasingly more and more in FADA for the next generation, for the current generation of dealer principals, for the leadership team in the dealerships, and also for the frontline team members of dealerships. The reason we are doing this is customer expectations are ever changing, technology of vehicles are ever changing, and we need to keep pace with whatever the customer wants. We are also working on a few things like making sure that the next generation of dealerships are also handheld and mentored when they get into dealerships. We are looking at various initiatives wherein safety and the wearing of seat belts, where the defensive driving, wearing of helmets is promoted. So these would be probably areas where we want to prioritize. Of course, another priority would be, of course, to work with the stakeholders here, whether it's our insurance partners, our banking partners, whether it's a government or with the OEMs, to make sure that all of us are aligning ourselves with the government objectives, and we can move together as a nation.
So sir, with the shift towards EVs, how do you foresee the role of dealerships evolving, especially in terms of infrastructure and service offerings?
The EV has given us very interesting challenges, very interesting opportunities too. For example, telematics is something which we can leverage on in the future. We can also leverage on charging infrastructure, which gives us an additional stream of income. We of course need to make sure that our infrastructure in our workshops are changing, our equipments are changing, our technicians are trained on handling electric vehicles. They're not too difficult, but they're quite very different.
So sir, and how can FADA help dealers navigate the rapidly changing landscape of automotive sales, like we are moving to e-commerce and more digital showrooms are there? So what is your response?
Digital showrooms are extremely important to make sure that we get closer to the customer. But when you think of it, whether it be a two-wheeler for a low middle class or a middle class person, or for a vehicle, a passenger vehicle, a car for an upper middle class and above, when you look at it as an investment, after a personal investment, that is, after a house, a two-wheeler or a four-wheeler, be it a bike or a car, is the largest investment a family is going to make or an individual is going to make. Definitely people want to touch and try. They want to have a feel of the vehicle, a sensory feel of the vehicle. How does it sound? How does it feel? How does it ride? So these things are very, very sensory in nature as a emotional purchase or even as a kind of purchase which happens based on data. They would want to go to a couple of showrooms, try out 3 or 4 different products and then make a decision. So digital showrooms are great for making sure to get the customer interested, but the customer is going to confirm an order only when the customer sits in a vehicle and drives it.
So what are your thoughts on the impact of current government policies such as FAME 2 scheme on dealerships and automotive sales?
I think FAME is a scheme which probably needs to exist for some time until there's a maturity in the EV market. The government also is very, very positive regarding this support in the market. We as FADA have been engaged by the heavy industries ministry quite often in the recent past to also, so that they also want to ask us what we feel about it, what we think about it. We are really appreciative of us being part of the consultation, and we are working very closely with the government to take the FAME and such policies and such schemes available further.
And what initiatives will FADA undertake to provide better support for small and regional dealerships, especially in rural and semi-urban areas?
So we are conducting a lot of seminars. We are conducting a lot of seminars which talk about GST, which talk about insurance, which talk about finance, which talk about better selling, which talk about making sure that the delight of customers is there while selling it, and how to make dealerships really efficient. They can be small, but they can be really efficient, and therefore they can look after the customers well, who in turn would make sure that the revenue is coming. So it doesn't matter whether you're small or large, whether you're in a large dealership or a large city or a small city. We're really working with the dealers so that they become highly efficient and they're able to satisfy the customers, who would in turn take care of our business.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much.
For joining us.
Thank you.